Skyranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Our readings indicate that Advent just powered up some kind of psionic transmitter in this area. And if they're assuming no one knows about it yet, it shouldn't be that well guarded. If we can take it down quickly, Advent's operations across this entire region will be in disarray. Advent has constructed a psionic transmitter in this area, tied directly into their primary network. Our intel suggests destroying it while it's still connected will severely damage their linked systems. Plant the explosives before they have a chance to pull the plug.
Our readings indicate that relay is feeding energy directly into their network. If you can destroy it, it may disrupt their efforts to isolate the transmitter.
We have to expect our soldiers to feel the strain of combat eventually. We just have to give them enough time to recover properly. Will do.
I'll lead the way. Me dirijo a la posición indicada. Already there. Poniéndome en guardia. Afirmativo. Afirmativo, en camino. Objetivos enemigos a la vista.
Soll ich das besser nochmal überprüfen?
Moving to position.
Well done. As we had hoped, the network separation has been temporarily delayed.
Scanner dieser Einheit sind aktiv.
I am on the move.
Here I come.
Körperliche Anstrengung, wie altmodisch.
I go where I am needed.
Never escape my sight.
On your order.
Entendido. En movimiento. Guardia.
On Overwatch.
I am watching. Good to go.
Sensoren auf maximale Empfindlichkeit.
Missed.
Ich kann es zugeben, wenn ich einen Fehler mache.
I will improve at any cost.
Fühlt sich gut an, sich zu bewegen. Meine Waffe ist fast leer.
Te haré caso.
Me han visto.
I am at your service.
Ready to engage. Target neutralized.
Finally. You can't handle me.
Diese Einheit ist ziemlich beweglich. Die Waffe ist leer.
I will reposition.
Go, patch him up. I'm on it.
¿Ahora me ves? Posición confirmada.
A clear path to the objective.
That's a confirmed visual on the transmitter. Plant the X4 charges before they can cut it off from the network.
Ya estoy.
The aliens used this to defeat most of Earth's heavy conventional forces. It can punch through armor just as easily as it chews through infantry. Be careful.
Enemies on the move! They're flanking us!
Infiltrating their system. Hacking in.
Tired of waiting around. Enemy is still up. Running dry.
Diese Hände sind etwas klobig.
Negative ammo. I'm spent.
On it.
Afirmativo, cubriendo. As you order, Commander. There is nowhere to hide. My life is in your hands. Time for hiding is over. Posición comprometida. Tiro desviado. I will always find you. ¡Han eliminado a uno de los nuestros! I know where you are.
Interessiert sich überhaupt jemand für mich?
rock and roll! I strike for my people!
Moving as ordered. A deadly trap.
Ha rebotado en el blindaje.
Sichern und nachladen.
Yeah, I didn't get it!
deflection!
Gancho va.
Está muerto. Tiene que estarlo. Poca munición. Supongo que está bien.
I am the focus of their attacks! I can see them flanking! Power leaves my body.
Ya, no le he dado. ¡Nos disparan! ¡Oh, no aguantaré mucho más!
Advent has almost cut off the transmitter from their network. We're running out of time.
Go heal them. Hard target. Minimal damage. Gonna need to reload soon.
Go heal them. You see that?
Vater hat sich selbst übertroffen, oder? Ich sollte bald mal nachladen.
¡Y otro! ¡Eso es! algo. A ese le he dado fijo. Creo que este es el paquete.
My strike surges forth!
Compruébalo antes de acercarte.
We're not picking up any other contacts. Get those charges deployed.
Volk says I am to obey.
Signal confirmed. X4 charges are active. That transmitter is history. Good work, Commander.
Today's senseless attack by the dissident forces of XCOM creates nothing but misery for our loyal citizens. The so-called resistance lashes out, attempting to sow discord and tragedy in their wake. But we shall not falter. Advent shall prevail.
As there's even one Reaper left standing, you can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
Hello, Commander.
I'm getting closer every day. You've left quite the trail of destruction. At this rate, I'll be touring the Avenger in no time.
The results of our breakthrough were quite fascinating. I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete. We completed our research in remarkable time, Commander. Physically, the Advent shield bearers are quite similar to the bulk of Advent's forces, and that they are the product of careful genetic engineering that generally mirrors the human form. Most of their unique qualities come from a difference in equipment and armor. Components I'm sure Shen would have an interest in examining. These shield bearers are not all that dissimilar from their various Advent peers. Their armor is perhaps the most distinctive feature differentiating them. I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
Your world grows a bit darker as the Elder's vision takes form.
Strategic resource located. Avenger plotting new course.
Our actions have succeeded, and the Elders grow fearful.
My followers will lead this action to victory.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Your progress against the aliens over the past month has been significant, Commander. But there is still room to improve if we are going to eliminate the alien threat.
All has been revealed. I hope you prepare a warm welcome for my arrival.
The Chosen are making steady progress towards tracking our position, Commander. We're getting short on time.
My clients will obey.
Setting course for Sector 9, Western United States.
Advent has the AO under heavy surveillance, so we'll need to keep a low profile on this one. If we stick to sending in troops Advent hasn't blacklisted yet, it'll decrease our chances of being detected.
I have already learned a great deal about your methods, Commander. And soon, I will reclaim you and all that you have taken from the Elders.
Course.
Market is open.
Commander, I appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engineering team, but as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment. We can have them working on construction, excavation, or staffing a facility. Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Setting course for Western United States.